this video we'll talk about JK flip-flops. Try to maybe learn how we could use one to build a circuit that counts in binary. So what we've got here is a schematic representation of JK flip-flop, which we could see as a rectangle with a J and a K input. And it also has its clock input right here, and the Q and the inverted Q output. The truth table of this JK flip-flop could tell us a lot, but let's narrow and focus down in this bottom scenario right here. And so what we could see is that every time it receives a clock input, given that the J and the K input are both high, the output would toggle. Let's try and simulate this situation. So what we want to do is to pull both its inputs to logic high, put a clock in its clock line, and then put an LED to the Q output as an indicator for us on what's going on in our circuit. Let's click the play button right here, and yeah, just like what we see on the function table, the Q output is toggling state every clock pulse. So now it's on, then off, then on, and it kind of goes on forever as long as the inputs are on the logic high. Also, it's good to point out to you guys that the Q output is toggling at half the frequency of the clock input. So if, for instance, we set the clock frequency to be 1 pulse a second, then the Q output would toggle at this speed divided by 2, which would be 1 change of state for every 2 seconds. Now imagine what would happen if we continue dividing by 2. So what we'll do is to get the Q output of the first flip-flop and use it as the clock input for another flip-flop. And let's click the play button right here. What we could realize now is that our second flip-flop is toggling at half the speed of the first flip-flop, which is also toggling at half the speed of the clock. And again, we could keep on going on dividing by 2. We could add whatever number of flip-flops as much as we want. I guess we'll just add 2 more of these. And so now, what we've got here is a circuit that counts in binary. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it counts all the way up to 15, with the least significant bit right here and the most significant bit right here. Hope you gained something from these guys. Thank you.